Hi everybody, it's Tristan from World English School, and today I'm going to read, I think, if not the last one, then one of the last books in the David series by David Shannon. This is called Oops by David Shannon, and this is a Diaper David book. I think are there 3 Diaper David books? Is it David Smells, Oops, and one more? So this is called Oops. What's the last Diaper David book? Do you remember? Have you read it? David's first words were ball. Ball. Look at that. And what did David do? You think he threw it or kicked it? I wonder. I think he kicked it. What do you think? And then he says, uh-oh. When I was a kid, I had a fishing pole, and I cast the line through the basement window. I was out in the yard and I cast the line. There was a big weight on the end of the fishing line, and I cast the line through the window. And my dad came out and he said, "What did you do?" And I said, "Nothing." I lied to him. But he could see that the line was going through the window. Have you ever lied about throwing anything through a window or breaking something? Have you ever done that? Or do you have any stories about breaking something like this? Like David here? I wonder what David would say to his mom. Dog. Oops. Uh-oh. What did he do here? He spilled some macaroni and cheese on his dog. You ever spilled anything on an animal before? How about on the floor? I have another story about my dad. He dropped a glass of milk onto the floor, and you know, usually when you drop a glass onto the floor it breaks or falls over, right? But this glass of milk stood up perfectly on the floor, and my family told that story for many years after that. That was kind of funny. But in this case, no, there's no bowl, there's no plate. Just macaroni. You think David did that on purpose? You got any stories about that? Ride. Whee! You ever ridden on a tricycle like this? This is a tricycle. It's got 3 wheels. You have one of these, or did you have one of those when you were a kid? Look at the manhole cover over here. I remember I was riding on a tricycle at my friend's house in the forest, and there was a trail going down through this forest, and my friend was a real country boy. He was really comfortable with the forest environment, and I think he was comfortable going really fast on his tricycle because we had 2 tricycles. We were maybe 8 or 9 years old, and we went up to the top of this big hill and came down super fast, and I remember how scary that was. But he's not scared, is he? He's having fun. You ever had a scary ride before? You ever had a scary ride on a tricycle or on a bicycle? Eat. Yum. Look at this. Was that cereal there? Looks like some kind of... What is that? I don't even know what that is. Maybe meat, huh? Hamburger or something? What's your favorite kind of cereal? What do you like most of all? Look at this spaghetti over here. You like spaghetti? As a kid, I think I liked spaghetti, and I loved cereal. My favorite cereal was Lucky Charms. I love that stuff. The marshmallows in there. My sister and I would pick up all the marshmallows in one big bunch and then eat them all at the same time. You ever eaten like this before? Bath time. And what is David saying? Ah! Why do you think David is saying, ah? Look at his expression. Look at the expression on his face. What do you think he is doing in the bathtub? And look, the frog looks kind of like, what's the word, like, a little bit embarrassed, I think. And the duck is just like, oh my goodness. Pirates are smiling. What do you think David is doing in the bathtub? I think he might be relieving himself. Do you know what that means? And look at this. I got one more thing to show you. Look at this drain here. This is a old-fashioned bathtub, I think. I don't know, do they make bathtubs like this anymore? When I was a kid, I used to take baths in a bathtub like this, with a switch like this, and it's for the drain. You ever seen that before? Do you have that on your bathtub? I didn't know that, I don't know if bathtubs still have that or not. And this is the last picture, look at that. It's always with his mom or with his teacher or something like that, isn't it? And it says, Mama. Zzz. He's sleeping. And Dave is a sweet kid, isn't he? He's just a baby in this book. I like the way that David Shannon draws those fingernails there. And look at this. What's that kind of dog? Do you know what that dog is on his pajamas there? It's a firehouse dog. Traditionally, in the United States, dogs like that would work at, I think they would work at fire stations. Anyway, they always show them in books and TV shows and everything. There's a fire truck on there. And he's asleep now. And he's holding on to his mom. And that's the end of every David book, isn't it? He's getting love from somebody in his family or his community. That's nice. I hope you get love at home too. Who do you love most of all? Who do you feel most loved by in your life? For David, it's probably his mom. That's true for me too. How about you? Who loves you most of all? This is called Oops by David Shannon. And this might be one of our last David books here at World English School. Hope we have more in the future. Thanks for watching all our videos. Take care.